the Special Moves podcast. My name is Mike Williams, Jake Klukowski, and Liam McKelvey. How was that, guy?
You came through.
Better.
It was better.
Better. Okay, well, I've tried that a couple of times now, so hopefully that'll just do.
We're, of course, alluding to the choppy delivery of Mike's intro. Not physically, but just the internet connection, of course, puts a giant constraint on Mike's delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in all senses. Delivery of, pictures to these guys, GIFs, takes ages because my internet connection is terrible.
Yeah.
How was that, guys? Could you hear that bit okay? Was that all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it just seems to be, the intro was a problem.
Oh, well, this is okay. This is improving. We're
back in. We're back in.
More consistent. Yeah,
another non-live streamed podcast because we've had to steal some time for our lives and do it whenever we can. So,
well, we actually have a lot to get through today, haven't we? I mean, there's a lot of stuff happened in the last week. It's the kind of weird ghostly E3 that's kind of happening, but also not happening. And so there's plenty of things to talk about. Loads of emails. We've got a bonus podcast to do. We've been playing a load of Deep Rock Galactic, so Jake wants to do a video about that. So I'm going to say that right now in the podcast to make sure that we actually do it. Deep Rock Galactic is really good. We got an email about it. It was last week, wasn't it?
It was. It feels like a longer, doesn't it?
It really does. And then we played the game a little bit and absolutely fucking loved it, and it was amazing. So thanks for the recommendation. It's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It's like one of them things where in a podcast or whatever, and someone says, "Oh, this game's really good. You guys should check it out." And we're like, "Oh yeah, okay, all right, sounds good." But then we actually did it. We all got it and loved it. Liam already had it.
I did.
But yeah, it was really good.
There was something magical about it. Yeah, it's very, very interesting game, and it pulled us away from the magnetic grasp of Battle for Middle-earth 2, which has saved everyone having to hear about that for another week. So whoever emailed in is the hero of the day.
Yeah. So the big news of the week is obviously PS5 kind of hardware, all the 26 games all revealed in a big live stream type thing. But there was other stuff as well. There's some PC gaming stuff going on. Lots of games, 80 games or something, Jake.
Guerrilla Collective showed off a good couple of games, and then PC Gamer Show was on after that. That was followed by the Future Game Show. And then in between them all, there was like Escapist did something. There was like, Wholesome Games or something like that. But yeah, basically between the PlayStation reveal and the time of recording, there's been over 115 games announced.
Yeah.
Well, when I say announced, I mean shown off maybe in a new light, or maybe it's like a mobile release for something like Slay the Spire. But yeah, there's been lots of things to look at. Lots of trailers have been cut, basically.
Yeah. So we got lots to talk about, lots of emails, really good emails. Thank you everyone who responded after last week. I think it was Lee and Leighton last week who sent in a really good email about playing games. And it was...
it touched the hearts of our listeners, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the follow-up from it was insane. It was really good. Like, genuinely, I think it's probably the most... it was Lee and Lucas, sorry. Leighton.
I'd
say Leighton. I think I said Leighton yesterday to Laura for some reason. Lee and Lucas.
St. Lucas.
And there's like loads of people followed up from that, which and genuinely probably is the most emails we've ever had in 1 week. So thank you, Lee and Lucas, for sending that in.
Children of the future,
doing a better job than me getting people to email into the show. So that's good. So should we talk about PS5?
All right then.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get PS5 on. I've got a website up where I can.
All right.
In chronological order. Basically,
it was a live stream.
It was a live stream, of course, because there's no events going on and stuff like that, which meant that they could focus a little bit more on. Because you know what, this week in preparation, I've been watching a couple of streamers that I watched react to the old E3 presentations, and there's like so much extra. What?
React to old E3?
Yeah, going through it and looking what Sony were doing last E3. Yeah. It's a known thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kids today. Yeah. But it's one of them things, isn't it? Right. So I was watching it. because when you follow a streamer, you'll watch them do any old shite, won't you? Because you're watching for them. It's like people are going to watch us talk about Deep Rock Galactic. They probably don't care. But the point is, I was watching that and I realized how much of it was just kind of cool if you were there. I'll give you an example. When Ghost of Tsushima was announced, there was just some fucking guy playing a didgeridoo looking thing in this virtual field of wheat. Like, remember that? It was like a 3-minute presentation of a guy playing some ancient Japanese instrument in a straw hat. Shite. If you're watching from home, whatever. But this time, there's none of that.
You know what just happened there, yeah? It just encapsulates the whole dynamic of the group, I think. Jake says, do you remember that? I say no. Liam says yes. Jake continues to tell the story. That's basically the whole fucking copy and paste for the whole podcast.
Don't tell them the formula.
The 5 How can you forget the 5-minute wind flute solo?
He will remember as well. When he watch it, he'll go, "Oh yeah,
oh yeah." No, I've got visual memory in it. I need to see it.
The point is, that doesn't make a fucking difference to us here at home. If you're there in LA and you can feel the didgeridoo thing resonating in your chest plate, fine. But otherwise, shite. So the fact that E3 is at home now and everyone's in the same boat, it's not something for the people at home, something for the people there, means that they're all aiming at the exact same audience. There's no gimmickry for people who happen to be there. There's no gift bags or consoles under seats. So everybody's on that equal playing field. So the PlayStation thing has the biggest, I'm a bit of a stream stats nerd, right? The most watched gaming thing ever in existence. There was 2 million people watching it live on YouTube at the time. So that's pretty crazy, right? And I think a lot of that is because watch parties are normally a thing. That's what's been a constant in my life for years and years and years and years. And loads of people would do the same, right? 5-10 people watching it at once or whatever. But that can't happen now with the COVID thing. So everybody's watching their own stream. I mean, I was at Kale's watching it, but most people were watching it individually. So because of that, the individual numbers were higher. But 2 million people were tuned in to watch it. And it was I think it was an hour and 50-minute long presentation, right? And they started it with GTA 5. Yeah. Which, how did that make you guys feel? Did you guys think
I could not believe it. It was shocking.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
At first, I thought they were going to announce some DLC, story DLC or something.
Oh, yeah.
But no, it was just GTA 5 getting re-released on the PS5. And you get some free GTA Online cash up until it comes out on PS5 or something.
Well, it kind of raised some backwards compatibility kind of
concerns,
thoughts, I guess, where I was just like, well, if they need to announce that you can play GTA 5 on the new system, what does that mean for the other fucking 600 PS4 games that are, AAA or, you know what I mean? So I was a bit worried about backwards compatibility more than anything. I mean, to put that first was pretty. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing you've got to think about is where else would they have put it? Everything else was new.
Well,
right?
I'll put it in with NBA and the other stuff I wasn't interested in. Do you know what I mean?
Right. I think you're right. You're right. Opening a show is stupid with it, but also it did kind of.
Opening your event that you call the Future of Gaming with a Rockstar logo is pretty big news, and then it's just GTA 5 again.
7 years old that game is, by the way.
Liam absolutely nailing it there. Absolutely, the Rockstar logo. You're like, oh fuck it, what's this? It's the Future of Gaming. Yeah. Oh, it's that old piece of shit again, is it? It's I don't know. I think in my head it started with Spider-Man. Spider-Man was the.
Yeah, that was the proper start.
You know what I mean?
Because didn't they have a speech after the GTA thing saying, "Welcome everybody. What we're about to show you is the future." So that was literally the warm-up act, wasn't it?
Yeah.
GTA 5 was
that was the Budweiser advert at the start of the fucking. You know what I mean? So that was. Yeah, it was just almost unrelated to the topic at hand.
Yeah, absolutely. And the good thing about it being a beginning is, like you say, you can just skip that in your head now and you can get it started. Yeah. So it started with something that doesn't really mean much to me, but you guys both played it, and Liam, you're a fan. What do you think of this Miles Morales thing?
I'm excited for this. It's a nice little way to start off PS5, I think, because Spider-Man obviously sold incredibly well. People were like, really like chomping at the bit for more of it, and to come out and say, here's this like little standalone game to sort of like whet your appetite in between, until like the big sequel comes out. Yeah. I think it's a good move.
Well, that was the kind of thing that I think was confusing, right? It didn't say that at first, and everyone was kind of like, what is it? But then that was cleared up.
Yeah.
Because I think there was some. Yeah, because the way I thought it was like, it was the original game with an expansion added, but then it was like cleared up. So where are we at now then? It is a standalone. It's kind of an Uncharted Lost Legacy thing you said.
It's a standalone game in the vein of Uncharted Lost Legacy or Infamous Last Light, First Light. I can't remember what that was called. Yeah, but that's the one. Stands by itself.
That's the one that I had in my head because it's a similar kind of open world, third person, and a spin off with a different character.
Yeah,
within the same kind of world. It's quite a similar thing to it.
That's the thing. Yeah. I couldn't tell if it was the same world or not.
Last Light was Metro.
I think it's First Light Infamous.
Yeah. Because I thought Last Light as well, but I'm
part of the light.
It's either the first or the last light. No in between. It's the first or the last.
Yeah.
So
not connected to Destiny's new light.
Yeah, which is something else. But oh god.
Yeah.
So it looked alright. There was a lot of swinging and web slinging and New York in it.
Yeah. So I imagine it'll probably just use the map from Spider-Man PS4, but then just obviously make it prettier, fill it with new stuff to do, and obviously like new story, Miles Morales and everything. So I think it's and they said it was going to be out holiday 2020, and that's when the consoles are meant to come out. So if they can have that near launch, I think that'll do really well.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a cool game to get people interested straight away. I think.
Yeah,
and then they hit the inevitable thing, which I think is a given at every reveal in it. They show off a car game because it's a great way of like showing off the graphics. Yeah. No disrespect to car game fans by just saying a car game, because of course it was Gran Turismo 7, which I'm sure is a big deal to people that like Gran Turismo, but what can we say on it, boys? To be honest, like
I mean, I
want to say.
The last time I played a Gran Turismo game was Gran Turismo 4 on the PS2, I think. It was the last time I played one. But I know a few people like really into racing games that'll probably get it. Yeah. And it looked great. Like, those cars looked amazing. They looked better than real cars, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's a great way, because obviously a lot of the next-gen stuff's going to revolve around like lighting and things like that. Textures and lighting is the standout, isn't it? So because there's a lot of shiny, glossy bonnets or hoods, that it's perfect for that sort of thing. But I feel like driving games is like fighting games, where like it's got its own set of fans, and especially ones that like this. I mean, these are like Sims, aren't they? In a way, but I don't know. But it certainly did look nice, and I was in a way like looking at the time, and I was like, it's only 10 past. And we've seen the car game. They're not going to do another car game sort of thing.
I sort of wish I'd have known how long it was going to be, from the outset. I don't know if they announced it or anything. But
they said just over an hour, so not specifically.
Oh, did they? I didn't know. I didn't know. So I was kind of just building anxiety like straight away. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Sort of good stuff,
So that's right. Well, I knew it was over an hour. But that normally means like an hour and 1 minute or something. So when it was an hour and 50, because like towards the end, we'll get to that in a minute. But like the other game, I was like, that's the closer, and then it kept going and going and going. So I was like, all right. But I was like, so we're 10 minutes in, and a lot of presentations have been 20 minutes. So I bet you were like, fucking hell, we've seen GTA, Spider-Man in this game.
Exactly.
We got two left.
Because Nintendo are like, this is 35 minutes long, before it happens. I mean, can we talk about the hardware a little bit? I think painstakingly going through every single one of the games in order of announcement is, we'll jump through the games like in a little bit, I reckon.
Okay.
The hardware was like the big event for me. I think like and they built it up and they had like they did this first stage where they kind of ran through some specs of it and said like this is I can't even remember any of the specs, but like this was
the highlight for you, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And they had it just said things like 4K and
there's like
SSD,
4K Blu-ray player, ray tracing shadows, and
all I knew was I was happy and all that mattered, right? And I was reading that.
It's in color, 16 by 9.
Yeah,
fantastic.
And they had some nice kind of motion graphics type. Do
you know what
going on?
Their motion graphics reminded me of? I don't know if it's the same everywhere else in the world, but in the UK, when you go to the cinema and it has like enjoy the sound of the cinema.
Yeah,
it was one of them. It felt like it was like, please turn off your phones. Yeah.
But it was good, and then so they eventually came to the actual system reveal, and Jesus, I mean, it doesn't look anything like the PS4. If you're expecting a kind of just a rectangle to put under your television, that's not what you've got. I mean, it's the amount of memes. I mean, I knew that people would take the piss out of it straight away, but it was just fucking hell. Just people aren't as funny as they think they are, man. It's like it's the amount of places people put the design of the console, like in scenes from movies and shit like that, and on the head of a Destiny character. That was quite a good one. I thought, it does look like a Destiny helmet.
Saw someone, they photoshopped it into like a city skyline, like somewhere in Dubai with all like the weird skyscrapers.
I swear to God, Kale said the second it was revealed, he was like, that looks like a fucking Dubai hotel, right? So then he said something like, if the Series X was like New York, this would be Dubai. And then after the event, like we looked on Twitter and someone had done it and he was like, I fucking told you.
That's it. And that's kind of what I mean. Like as soon as I saw it, it was all fucking racing through my head. Like I didn't think of anything as funny as Dubai Hotel, but I was just seeing it like I just knew it would be used as like the fucking Geth from Mass Effect or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It looks like fan-made sci-fi concept art, doesn't it, a bit?
Yeah.
I saw...
to be honest... Go on.
I saw someone got just a normal PS2 and put like a white ring behind the folder around it.
I've seen it. Yeah, or paper either side of a router or something. But like, apart from those two like little devil horns, which by the way look like they could snap off. Yeah. It does remind me of, I had like a skybox from 15 years ago that was like curves at the top and was white and black. And I'll be playing this thingy in it horizontal. I just have all my consoles horizontal. Don't know why, but I'll have it horizontal, and then it's going to look like that basically. It's
massive though, isn't it? It's a huge.
It is huge. Yeah.
It's a huge fucking system.
Yeah. So me and Liam saw this online that basically some clever clogs figured out the size of the Blu-ray tray and the size of the USB port would be pretty universal, right? Yeah. So using a scale of measurement. Like a reference chart, they could put it in a, like when they have like a picture of Godzilla compared to all the other Godzillas. It was like that. It was like the console, and it's the biggest boy yet. It is big, it's bigger than the Series X, which people were saying is big. This is quite unsightly, I think. So
yeah, I'm lucky now. I've got a position in my living room where I've just kind of got. I could basically put it the other side of where my like subwoofer is, but that sounds like that's where it's going to have to go because my TV stand's small, so it sounds like a fucking huge I don't know, like a little PC that you're going to have next.
It does look like that. It does. It does look like my cousin,
like an Alienware PC tower.
Yeah, my cousin had all these he was well into this custom tacky cases and that around the Oblivion era. It looks like one of them. It looks like a tacky custom tower. But I don't know, like love is blind, innit? So I'll be so used to it by Christmas.
Yeah,
I won't hear anyone chat shit.
But go on then.
I was just saying, it's like, I'm not sure how to feel about the design myself. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. It's going to be one of those things where I have to see it in person before I make like a final judgment on it.
I'll say this, yeah. The Series X looks mint. I love that it's just some monolithic, shapeless, soulless.
It looks like a whiskey fucking. It looks like a premium, like fashionable whiskey thing that comes in a box that's like 160 quid, and you take it out.
100.
You know
it looks like it looks like it's housed in a fucking collector's edition, doesn't it? Like you're right. I like the look of the Series X. I think it looks fucking sick. But this is like a games console. Do you know, my dad's going to come around and go, "What the fuck is that?" Sort of thing.
It's over designed, and it's I think a little bit. It's I could see them coming out in a couple of years with a much more kind of conservative new edition of the console. Now, whether that's like a Pro or a Slim or whatever, but you know, with like just a bit less like exposed flaps on the end of it.
Sure.
It doesn't
do you
need
think
it.
Put a tinfoil hat on a set? Yeah. Do you think that they've purposely made it unsightly and asymmetrical with the disc tray because it makes the digital only one look loads better? Because it does look a bit squiff, like with the disc tray.
They possibly could have like designed it with the digital one, you know, in their minds first and foremost, but then they've like added a disc. I mean, I'm definitely getting the disc tray version.
The bulge, as everyone's calling it.
Well,
exposed flaps and now bulge in like the same minute.
Well, okay, listen. Let's try and class things up with an email, right? ASAP. So we got some really good emails about the PS5 and some points that I hadn't thought of. If you want to send us an email, it's dearspecialmoves@gmail.com, and we'll have a chat about it. I'm kind of spoiled for choice, to be honest, but I'll go with this one from Fletcher, who says, "Dear Special Moves, I'm writing straight from watching the PS5 live stream. I'm sure you're getting plenty of emails about the game announcements, but the hardware reveal is what caught my eye. The next-gen Xbox has been long rumoured to have a disc driveless, cheaper sibling, locking buyers into digital sales and making the Xbox Game Pass more appealing. For people who are happy with the Xbox Game Pass and little else, this combination looked to be the cheapest option for next-gen console gaming. We now have seen a reveal of the discless PlayStation 5 Digital Edition to match the rumoured discless Xbox. That's discless. I had been talking to my sister a couple of weeks about rebranding PlayStation Now to bring it in line with the Xbox Game Pass for cheaper gaming. The PlayStation 5 Digital Edition, in my opinion, all but confirms a PlayStation equivalent to the Xbox Game Pass. I can already see the ads for a PlayStation 5 Digital bundled with one free game and a year of the PlayStation Game Pass. I'm not sure how much more useful the disk drive will be. We'd still have to install the game to the SSD. Might just be for those who prefer discs, smart ones like Mike who resell their games, and those who don't mind the extra price because they want the full package. Keep up the top pods, Fletcher. P.S. Release the Tarkov report.
Why didn't you admit that? All right, that's you know this podcast can't go out now.
To be honest, there was about a paragraph that big about the Tarkov report, so I have to.
I've never heard of it. Well. Yeah, I what do you think to that? Like, what do you?
I think it's really onto something there because they could adjust the place. I mean, they're definitely going to tinker with it, right? They surely won't just say PS5. I mean, Microsoft has had huge success with Xbox Game Pass. You know, we praise it all the time.
Yeah, it is the best thing that Xbox has done.
Yeah, so. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense that they would kind of fine tune it, and they have done before. Like they've changed it so that you could download games, which you couldn't do before. You was just streaming.
Yeah.
So they're kind of taking steps towards it. But I think Fletcher's completely spot on there that it could be adjusted or rebranded. I think PlayStation Now it's fine as a
brand,
as a name, unless they consciously wanted to. Move people on from what PlayStation Now is, which is mainly about streaming.
Yeah, it's very off-putting, isn't it?
It is. No, it is.
I think the name. I think if someone said PlayStation Now's changed, I'd be like, I don't care. PlayStation Now is a bit shit.
Exactly. Whereas if they came out with a PlayStation for,
forever
Rush or whatever, it'd be like,
yeah,
you're like, yeah, fine, cool. Yeah. What's that? That sounds new.
It's an energy drink.
Yeah,
comes bundled with the PS5.
Get your game on.
They give it to you when you queue up to play Destiny at Game Show.
yeah. Hey, I just think at the moment the proposition is quite bad for PlayStation because the prices of digital are shocking. Like it's still super expensive. Basically, it's like 40% more expensive to buy it digitally. Like I think,
and there's no resale value, and you can't refund. It's a really strict. If there's no Steam, like if you play it for 2 hours and you're not happy with it, there's none of that.
Totally, you're totally right. And of course, Mike, you said earlier with the GTA 5 thing, the fact that they had to even mention that this can be brought to the PS5. We still don't know how much value our digital libraries from the PS4 are going to be getting over the PS5 because we don't know what games are going to be compatible. Is it going to be like the Xbox where backwards compatibility is like it's a constant drip of games or what? Yeah. Because if I can't play all my PS4 games on my PS5, I'm going to be probably thinking a lot more now about how I'm going to buy games physically. So I'm actually going to go the opposite way than what they probably want because like I'm not buying games twice for a fucking generational gap of a year or something. So I hope Fletcher's right. I just don't think he is, but I hope that he is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll happen.
I'm definitely going to get the disc drive version because I want to put Blu-rays in it, and I want the flexibility of maybe getting a physical game so I can. And I do that a lot when I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy it or if I'm uncertain about a game. If I get a game for 40 quid, I can basically get most of my money back selling it, within a few weeks.
Exactly, and 40 quid is the key point here. 55 quid to buy a game on a PlayStation Store, so 2 games is £110. 40 quid a game. Well, it's actually like 38 quid a game on like stuff like Simply Games. You can buy like 3 games for £120. So for that extra tenner, you get a whole of a game, and you could then sell one of them. So it's like any extra money that this disc tray version is going to have will be easily recouped by the time you've bought. Let's say it's an extra 50 quid or something like that. Yeah. By the time you've bought like 8 games, it will have paid for itself pretty much. So it's like,
I've seen people saying that like the cost of a 4K Blu-ray drive is like $10 to $20 at most. So the price difference between the disc version and the discless version is going to be so minimal, unless like I can't remember who. I think
hard drive space.
Unless
there's another.
Yeah, unless there's like another like model with more storage or something. But I saw, I think it was someone on Easy Allies saying maybe if Sony sell the digital one at a loss, but they're driving people towards PSN, because they get more sales from games on PSN.
Yeah.
So maybe that if they sell that like £100 less or something for the digital one, they might recoup it after someone's bought like 2 or 3 digital games.
I bought a digital-only Xbox One S for my sister-in-law at Christmas.
Well, I think the reality is that both.
Sorry, Mike.
No, go on.
I was just going to say I bought a digital-only one around Christmas, right? I think it was like 80 quid for the digital-only one, and I think it was about 110 quid for the.
Amazing.
So it's about 30 quid difference. This was the Xbox One S now at Christmas last year. So if that's anything to gauge by, I reckon it'll be between like 30 and 50 quid difference.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't think it'll be like way cheaper, although that would be cool.
I think the reality is that all the consoles are going to be sold at a loss, aren't they? So it's just about how much money they're willing to fucking lose on them. Because right now, because the components, the SSD and everything, they're going to add up to, depending on how, unless the PS5 does come out and it's like 600 quid or something, which then I'm starting to, exactly. It just wouldn't be a viable. I mean, 550 is probably the absolute fucking
okay, and that's pushing it.
Yeah. That's basically a good gaming PC. I reckon you get a decent fucking gaming PC for that. You get a tower for for that kind of money. But I think the hardware is really, really interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing a bit more about it. We do have another email asking a question, I guess, about the hard drive, which I think is a good point. I don't really know enough about the topic, but here it is anyway. So this email is from Daniel Sansom, who says, "Dear Special Moves, Daniel here. I'm a software developer from Durban in South Africa. With all the talk of how amazing the hard drive is on PS5, I'm a bit concerned. I know that this has been a talking point on previous podcasts, but as a gamer who tends to squirrel between multiple games, I currently have a PS4 with a 1 terabyte external hard drive in it. Both of my drives are full the majority of the time. How will this work with the PS5? Considering you can't just get any external drive and plug it in without significant degradation in performance. And considering the custom architecture of the drive, I don't see externals as being a viable option over USB 3, even if they sell those special drives separately at astronomical prices, of course. Even if the drive addresses the compression concerns of the previous gen, we have backwards compatibility, hence those old games are still going to be 50 plus gig, never mind games like COD being obnoxious in size. I have a sinking feeling that hard drive space management is going to be a big headache for PS5 owners with medium to large libraries. Keep up the amazing content. Cheers, Daniel." Well, that's a bit of a fucking digital
something quite funny about medium to large libraries. Oh no!
Yeah, I mean, I just delete stuff all the time, and I've like,
your favorite game, isn't it? That's your game of the year.
It's the best thing. It's the best thing ever. Okay, and it's like Friday night. You just get a beer on. I fucking delete some of these. It's the best thing. So I don't think at any point a real problem with like an overfull. So I've got a PS4 Pro with a terabyte hard drive on it, and I like the fucking huge shooters. So I like Destiny, and I've played loads of COD and Star Wars Battlefront, and the list goes on of just these massive in terms of hard drive space games. And I have, you can probably have like 2 on there at the same time. But then beyond that, it does get really tricky. And there's no doubt that the fact that Deep Rock Galactic, which we're going to talk about in another video, is like 1.5 gigs to download, is one of the best things about it. It's a new game that's like 1.5 gigs. So having small games is a real like treat, definitely. But I don't think I'm not that worried about the hard drive space. As long as it's how big is the SSD going to be? Do you know, Liam?
It's in the Xbox Series X, they've said it's a terabyte, but because of the PS5 being its own like special Sony custom made one, it's 825 gig. And then is that like before or after?
Well, the system has taken a big chunk out of it.
I don't think they've said if that'll include like the system operating system and stuff like that. But they have, I'm pretty sure Mark Cerny said it. They've said it will have a expansion slot in it, the PS5, but because of how special their SSD is, there currently isn't any SSDs you can buy on like a PC SSD that you can just slot into it. So I imagine like later down the line, Sony will probably sell they'll sell officially branded like expansion ones that you can just pop in yourself.
A memory card.
Yeah, which Microsoft have already shown off. They've literally got memory cards for the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, proprietary memory being the fucking the buzz again. Interesting.
Well, but they had a model of the Xbox 360, didn't they, where fuck all storage on it, and you could put a little.
You have to put an external.
Yeah. That's the 360 I had. The arcade model that was.
Arcade, that's what it
came with a 256 meg memory card instead of like the 20 gig hard drive or whatever the normal Xbox came with.
So 20 gig, fucking hell, So even if you plugged in an Xbox to your fucking PS5, you'd still wouldn't be able to get like
a quarter of the latest COD patch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I guess it is something to think about, but I'm not. I don't think I'm concerned about it. You guys don't sound too worried either about the kind of. I'm excited. I'm happy there's an SSD in it. That's what.
Yeah. It's more of a, because obviously we don't know what the file sizes of these next-gen games are going to be. They could be smaller with all this, talk of advancement in compression techniques. We don't know yet, so I think it's just it's going to have to wait and see.
Yeah. Great email, though. Thank you very much. Should we talk about some games then?
Let's just shoot. What about just the ones that
exactly. What were your biggest kind of... your biggest picks? Because I there was about 3 or 4 times where I thought that's the best game that I've seen, which is good because that means there was kind of a progressively upward curve in excitement as I was watching it.
Mm-hmm.
What was the when you think about the show, what's the first thing? What's the first game that leaps into your head?
In stereotypical Liam fashion, it was Resident Evil 8, just because but that's more just how big a fan of Resident Evil I am. But damn, did it look good. And all those rumours about it, they were true. Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Snowy Village.
Super specific rumours, isn't it?
Yeah, takes place in a snowy village. Chris Redfield's back, and he looks like he might be a bit of a bad guy this time. Takes place in a weird gothic horror setting. There's werewolf men, there's zombies, there's witches. It looks insane, and I can't wait for it. It's first person again. It's a direct sequel to Resident Evil 7. I can't wait for it. It looks amazing.
It does look ace. I was really excited by that. I thought the tone and atmosphere of it was just fucking perfect, like a perfect shift on from Resident Evil 7. It's just to be fair, the series at the moment is in a really, really, if this comes out and it's good, which I have every faith it will be, it's in a really healthy place because Resident Evil 7 felt like a fresh, I don't know, there's just something good and fresh about it. And then this again feels exactly the same. It's the exact same kind of fuck yes. This is exactly what a survival horror series should be doing. It's just finding new. Stories and areas for you to explore, and it compared to where it was around the time of 6, it's ace. It's fucking really good.
What I like about it, is that Resident Evil 7 was pretty ballsy because it took on a lot of tropes that the Resident Evil franchise isn't known for, and tropes that horror games had found to success, but then immediately kind of dropped off. So it was this Amnesia clone looking thing of, you've got some bad guys can't be killed like Jack, so you've got to hide, and things that were not what you'd really consider to be Resident Evil. Of course, you still had inventory management, animal keys, and that Metroidvania style one.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? It had both of those aspects.
And it takes a very, very, very talented team of people to take on other tropes and Katamari them into your IP and your game without losing what is Resident Evil. And I think Resident Evil 7, if it wasn't great, we would have heard about it because everyone, not everybody, of course, not like us three, but loads of people on the internet wanted to hate it because they've turned it. And I think with this, I think the thing that might scare some people, not in the way intentionally, but it's taken on all these tropes of outlasty kind of witches, villages with sickles and things like that we have seen in Resi 4 and things like this, but there's this folk horror element to it that you don't necessarily always put towards Resident Evil because it's a biological horror, body horror, survival, but this has gone down that more it looks like it's taken on that sort of psychological horror, jump scare arms through windows, through crickety wooden things. But I know it'll still do it in a Resi way, and it'll still be the king at the end of it. It'll go into this scrap, and it'll come out on top. And that's what I really like about Resi. When I see it doing new things, not new things, tropey things, I think I can't wait to see how it handles that trope, rather than...
But new for Resident Evil, though, isn't it? And it's really exciting when you look at Resi 2 and 3 recently, as we have, and you look at where where it's kind of come from. And there's a lot of, sci-fi-ish kind of, specifics of viruses and going underground and laboratories and stuff, and then taking that universe to like rural, gothic settings with folk history and folk horror and stuff elements. It's fucking ace.
And really cool. That they're still going to do it in their Resi way. There'll still be a virus. There'll still be a lab. There'll still be boulder punching. But it's like, what I love about Resident Evil is that it's on such a hot streak that it's like, it could take on any genre right now. And I would be excited rather than worried. And I think that that's kind of the sort of thing I'd say to people that, I don't know, have forgotten. So I've seen some people online that were like, oh, I can't believe it's like straying away from this and this. But it's like, have they failed you recently? No.
Yeah.
Forget about Resident Evil 6, okay?
It looks ace. It looks definitely one of the highlights for me, if to be honest, if not the highlight. This one, I keep getting confused between games, right? But Godfall, Jake.
Yeah.
What was that one?
Godfall was the one that we had like this really like Hans Zimmery space game, bleak oblivion stuff, and then it was like some Diplo trap beat, like dun dun dun. It's the kind of like third person melee focused Destiny like game that Gearbox are publishing in the autumn time. So it's a timed exclusive on PS4 and PS5. Or maybe it's just PS5. But yeah, it's that one. It's the one where there's people with kind of, it does look Destiny-ish. The armor, this
was hilarious. Mm-hmm. Like, so as I can't even. What was it?
It's called Jet: The Far Shore.
Yeah, looked like Interstellar the game.
Yeah, that was my pick of the bunch. Really, I really, really am excited about it. And it was just very serene. And very like fucking 2001 A Space Odyssey type stuff, right? And immediately after that, you had basically Randy Pitchford's Hawaiian shirt in video game trailer form, like straight away afterwards. It's the loudest, most obnoxious. But I guess I love Destiny, so.
Well, that's I don't know what they're doing with this sort of like Deadpool marketing for this. Game that's supposed to be about like legionnaires will rise and band together to destroy the temple crushers, but it's like instead it's like the summer spring break party anthem. I don't know, man. This
is the game. They call it a looter slasher, whatever that means. So sounds like a 13th century constable's idea, like how he would have described a break-in and murder in it.
It's a poster. It's a wanted poster from me.
The looter slasher, the Bristol looter slasher. The PC Gamer Show, then not to take too much away from PS5, but the PC Gamer Show just yesterday had some gameplay of it, a lot more gameplay actually, and I'm not excited
of Godfall.
Yeah. Liam, what did you watch that as well? Didn't you? The gameplay?
Yeah, I saw it. Like, it just looked like, I think you described it quite well. It looked like a top-down action RPG, but what if they put the camera third person instead? And there was just like loot dropping off enemies. Like it looked very like Warframe and Destiny sort of mashed together. Is how I would describe it.
Do you know what? Yeah, it does look like a premium free-to-play game so far. I really want to like this, by the way. Like, I really want to like it. I just don't really get the style that they're taking with this trap beat stuff and then whatever. But that was Godfall was
it's off-putting. It's off-putting. All right then. So what was your pick then, Jake? I'm
torn between Demon's Souls is what I really was really it, but I don't want to go into that because everybody who listens that isn't a FromSoft fan puts up with a lot from us, I think. So just know that.
For the record, we're all very excited about it.
Yeah, so it's a complete remake of Demon's Souls, not a remaster. Demon's Souls, in case you don't know, is the Dark Souls predecessor that is stuck entombed on the PS3 and it's dodgy, weird hardware. So, I mean, you can play it emulated, but this is Bluepoint Games who are like pretty well renowned for making decent ports, decent remakes, and graphical enhancements. They did Shadow of the Colossus. I'm sure they did something else.
Great remakes, to be fair.
They did.
What was the other impressive one?
They did the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection on PS4, and before that they did the Metal Gear Solid HD collection on the 360 PS3, which was very good.
Yeah, I'm playing that at the moment, and it's very nice. So yeah, this is Demon Souls, and I'm really looking forward to diving into that. But
did you? Sorry, I mean, I know you've just said we're not going to dwell on it, but I just wanted to raise the point. Yeah, did you see some of the comparison photographs? And I kind of think that they need to be careful not to lose the atmosphere and the character and stuff of the original version of the game. Because I thought I can't remember what quite the image was. It might have been the night or one of the images that you can really side by side. And then the Demon Souls one, because it was they had to do things to limit, because of the hardware limitations, they had to crunch things, and it was darker, but it was just weirder. Yeah. There was a bit more mystery to the picture. So I hope they don't lose that.
A lot of that is because Demon Souls barely ran on the PS3.
Yeah,
no doubt. But if you just look at that picture and look at the picture of how it looks now, all I'm saying is sometimes having extreme clarity isn't necessarily.
Yeah, I know. It's for Silent Hill situation, isn't it? Where they put the put the fog in to hide all the technical limitations, but then that became such an integral part of the atmosphere that you can't make Silent Hill without the fog anymore.
Yeah,
and you're right. There's this Vaseline filter over over the original, where everything's a bit smudgy, and it brings everything together in a way. Whereas when everything's super clear, especially in the light of day, like in that picture. But there was some other side by side shots of grimy dungeons with boss fights, and that looked fine. But I definitely know what you mean. His armor is super clean and and the likes.
Even in the original Demon Souls, that area of the game is quite clean anyway.
So
it's not as grimy as later parts of the game.
So you've of course played this already. I haven't, but I'm a massive fan of the Soul series. We need not speak on that anymore because there's that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to finally getting into it. So let me talk about the game then that I was most interested in. Right, Little Devil Inside just looks super stylish, super. I don't know, well thought out. There's a lot about that. The trailer, I've watched it a bunch of times, and I think, in fact, when I got back from Kayla's house and my wife asked me about the event, it's the first thing I showed her. I was like, look at this. The way that it's composed is super cool. The camera angle is very interesting. I don't think I've seen a camera angle like it. It's very weird. I can't really describe it. And yeah, you're moving on this weird plane. It's almost like Journey, how they're using this camera in a very clever way. The graphic style is really nice looking. It almost looks like carved wooden figures. I get that feeling of artisanal, Dutch style wooden figures. And yeah, the game seems to be some sort of it's got humor in it. It's got clear humor in, but in a nice fable-y way. And yeah, from what I understand, the game used to be a Kickstarter project, and when you look at that Kickstarter, it says that you play as an apprentice, not monster hunter, but you're like a field researcher for somebody who's trying to make a bestiary of the local flora and fauna. But yeah, it kind of looked a little bit you were some sort of wannabe Geralt kind of hunting giant bears and things like that. But it looks like there's some sort of giant journey, and you saw snowy peaks, arid deserts, murky swamps, nice forests, and there was a bit it was just loads there that was setting my brain off in all sorts of ways. It looks super slick, and I'm a sucker for an art style that I haven't seen before. And oh my god, that game was just really interesting. Not unique in the bug snacks way, where I was just why do you need the curly fry arm for? But in a way that I was Limbo and Journey. There's a clear vision that's being pulled off there.
No, very good, yeah.
No idea when it's out, though.
Good pick.
I don't even think they gave it a year, but it's soon, and it's coming to Xbox as well, but delayed.
Yeah, so I totally agree. That looked great. I mean, there was loads, and we were texting each other all the way through, and it was really exciting. And I mean, I'm fucking miserable on this podcast a lot because I'm saying that I'm not, there's things I'm not excited about. There's big games coming out, and I'm just not. I'm really desperately trying to get into the idea of getting Last of Us Part 2 next week. I'm still like fucking, after everything I've said, I'm just like trying to get into playing the first one to get into the mood to playing it. But this was just fucking wall to wall, just exciting. There's hardly a game in there that I just thought, that I wasn't interested in. And they had everything in there of a new console generation that you'd want to see. You had a sports game with amazing looking sweat. You had a car game with just great looking cars, and I just, I don't care about sports but if there's only, if the PlayStation 5 comes out and there's only one game on it, and that game is NBA, I'll still get it. I'll still get the PS5 and I'll play NBA. Like, it's really exciting.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that Sony have done really well this last generation and this generation, it seems so far anyway. They just, stripping away all of the business model, Game Pass, digital DRM stuff, which happened last generation. They're just kind of saying, here's the console, here's a load of games for it. See you in a bit. Like, that's all you get from it. And that's, it's just remembering the fundamental of what the console is there for, is to fucking play a load of games, right? And I think, that it's kind of restored my excitement a little bit in playing games. And all of a sudden, I just didn't have many things on the horizon that I was looking forward to. But now I've got fucking loads. There's just about 20, 25 games there that were announced in one go that almost all look great.
I'm not sure if you're doing your sort of Jerry's final thoughts thing here, but I just wanted to ask you about one more thing, because you specifically, I don't think I asked you before. Right. Horizon 2.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that trailer? Because I thought it was a very good trailer. Like,
I like the universe of Horizon, and I like the, you're saying you're a sucker for a new art style. I think I'm a sucker for just kind of any kind of sci-fi story that's even remotely not about a planet being invaded. So the fact that this is kind of, with the first Horizon, I was very excited about the fact that it was just, they were really trying to do, even if it was robot dinosaurs, they were really trying to do something, that wasn't Gears of War or Halo or Mass Effect even, or something that, I've seen Exploring the Galaxy, I've seen the Earth getting invaded God knows how many times, so they were just trying to do something. I've seen post-apocalypses all the time, so at least they tried to do something with the post-apocalypse thing that was a bit new, and that's what was really exciting. And then coupled with that, you had a really interesting protagonist that I liked. You had bow and arrow based combat against robot dinosaurs, which again was, they just try. You can almost see the fucking whiteboard of like, okay, guys. So what do we do about the combat here? Any ideas for bow and arrow?
The idea, the brainstorming sessions really
is there to see, isn't it?
Yeah. That was very, very fruitful. Like, that's the thing. Yeah. Like, their ideas, guys, were spot on with that. Yeah, because there's so many things.
Yeah, I like it. What can we do different though? Dinosaurs, robot dinosaurs.
Yeah. Exactly. They were firing on all cylinders, isn't it?
So this one, I think I'm just. I already know I like the universe. I'm going to replay Horizon, and I haven't done the DLC ever, so I'm going to do that for the first Horizon game. So I really like the original. So
it's good DLC. That.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I said in a pretty good gaming podcast about 2 years ago, bet you any money the sequel will be in a bunch of islands, and there will be robot crocodiles and robot pterodactyls. I did, yeah, and hopefully, even if one person is listening to this can remember me saying that, please, because that's probably my most accurate thing. I didn't say robot turtles, to be fair, but I did say robot pterodactyls, robot crocodiles, and little islands. But the trailer for this, the scope of the trailer seemed to be that she's on a real hero's quest, like a real, like, it looks like it's going to be a bit of an Uncharted where it's like a globe-trotting thing.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what it is. Yeah. She must head west. I think that's what the name is implying, the Forbidden West. She has to go there to uncover something. Yeah. So I hope we are going to... Yeah, exactly. I hope we're going to see a bit of an Uncharted where it's like, and I know a lot of people probably don't want this, but I'd like it if there was a lot of big areas that you explore individually and
so I think the least interesting thing about the original Horizon was just the mechanical open world, even though the towers were walking giraffe like things that you had to that was nice, but it was still a tower from Assassin's Creed,
and there was still bandit camps.
And I'm sure they're not gonna depart too far from that kind of recipe. I wouldn't think so anyway. But it looks great. I mean, there was loads. I mean, Ratchet and Clank we haven't mentioned.
I want to shout out Ratchet and Clank.
The graphics for that look cool. We were funny, wasn't it? I think it was it in the bonus pod 2 weeks ago, or was it in the last one? Or maybe we even answered an email. No, it was fucking Lee and Lucas email where we were recommending games, and we recommended Ratchet and Clank because of the particle effects looking really good, right? Well, when I say we, I mean it was you two. And then there we are, a week later, we're getting a new Ratchet and Clank with even better particle effects. So the Oracle strikes again.
If you want to understand why people are like kicking up a fuss about how amazing this SSD is, that Ratchet and Clank demo showed what it's capable. Like seamlessly jumping between worlds.
Almost to a comical degree of like, well, it means you can load up levels really quickly. Okay, then what can we do? Let's do a gun that loads up levels. It's like, you know what I mean? It's
I can't wait for the gadgetry in that game because know that the weapons are going to be like out of this world sort of shit in it. So I hope I hope that's a launch title, but
I don't
another one that I
don't think it will be.
Another one I kind of like the look of, even though it had a terrible name, was Returnal.
Yeah,
which is that's
Returnal.
That's a bad name.
It was that was the spacey one.
Yeah,
it was one where you play as like an astronaut who gets stranded on this evil planet, and it keeps killing her, and she keeps coming back Groundhog Day style.
Yeah, not to be confused with Deathloop.
Yeah,
which was
Wilds, which already exists.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
but it was it does look really good. It got clear kind of Dead Space sort of vibes, and I think that I saw that they did some kind of teaser image for this ages ago, and because I kind of remember seeing it on Twitter and retweeting it, because I like a good kind of sci-fi premise, especially when it's got a clear. It's not just an open book kind of the galaxy is under threat. It's a clear kind of a woman is stuck in a time loop and she keeps dying and she's stranded. It's a clear kind of one sentence pitch for it, which I like.
Yeah, and it's
Any others?
Do you know what? I'll say one more, right? And I just want you to just hipster check me on this because I'm not trying to be a dickhead about it, but I actually did fancy it. It's not Sackboy Adventures, but I was looking and I was thinking, there's not been like a nice kiddie-ish platformer. And then I saw that one that comes with the PlayStation 5, Astro's Playroom. And I was like, why does that look so good? Like, it looks really nice. Obviously, it's like the, built-in for everybody's got it. But it looks like a solid, like, platformer. Did anyone else get that, or am I just being a prick?
No, it looks good. And I think it was Astrobot Adventure was apparently the best PSVR game, according to people who've played it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, like it's obviously been designed, and I think this whole game's shtick is that you always get this, don't you, when a new gen comes? It's designed all around the haptic feedback of the controller, so you know that it's gonna utilize it, and it's probably gonna utilize it more than any other game because that feature will probably end up in the back of people's minds a lot. But yeah, for some reason, I'm looking forward to knowing when I get a PS5, no matter like what bundle I get, no matter what happens, I'll be able to just chill in Astro's Playroom, innit? Do you get me? So that's why I think the certainty of it made me excited and then going, oh yeah.
Cool. All right. That was a lot of PS5 games. I mean, there was some other stuff happening in the week as well. Is there? Do you want to just mention quickly any from the other game shows or whatever that you?
I could reel off some real quick actually, but Liam, if you got anything,
nothing immediately springs to mind, to be honest. That Pro it was announced at the PC Gamer show that Prodeus looks quite good, which is like a Doom-looking 90s shooter. Looks quite fun. I think it was Prodeus.
Yeah, real. Yeah, something like that. And
Yeah.
I'm going to see if I can find it now.
I mean, there was so much stuff shown at the PC Gamer Show that a lot of it just sort of like went in and then straight out my brain as soon as I saw it, because it was just like this constant stream of just like 80 plus games. It was a bit hard to keep track of everything.
Yeah, no, there was like even like what I would consider big Liam announcements, like Twin Mirror, which is a game about a detective in a place full of pine trees drinking coffee, and there's some supernatural shit going afoot. That got shown, and you didn't bring that up straight away, which means there's a lot going on. And Persona 4 Royale came out on Steam, which don't know, seems like a Liam special.
Well, I haven't played the Vita version, so you know, I'm not in a rush to buy Persona 4 Golden on PC when I've still got the original one I haven't played.
That twin, not Peaks, Twin Mirror, the Don't Nod game. That was just kind of a teaser.
You can't just put a eccentric detective who drinks coffee and expect me to like it. That's a cheap move.
Deadly premonition. That's what I had, and I had Twin Peaks, obviously. So, but let's see.
I like
let's see if they can
games, but
Don't Nod. In case anyone doesn't know, is they made Vampire, which is but then they did Life is Strange, which was pretty good, right?
And Remember Me before that, if anyone played that, which I wasn't half bad.
If anyone remembers,
Ironic, no one remembers Remember Me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was really a plea. Please, guys, please.
I mean, it's just an okay game. I wouldn't say go out and play this game immediately. It's just okay, but it was entertaining.
So that was like, PC Game Show was like, 50, 60,
It was like 3
games.
hours long as well, wasn't it? It went on for a while.
Yeah, and then Future Game Show was immediately after it, which showed off more. So like the games that stood out to me, right? Yeah. So and there's also Guerrilla Collective before, which showed off like their fair share of games. I think there was 37 games. The big news there, which not just in my opinion, obviously, but like arguably the big news there was Baldur's Gate 3 announced that in August is when it's come to early access, and I think that was kind of propping up the like kind of lesser announcements, because there were some announcements that were just a bit like Slay the Spire coming to iOS, like that level of announcement is what I'm saying, and Disco Elysium is coming to Epic Games Store. It's already on Steam. So, there was a lot of those announcements for that sort of thing. But yeah, the shit that stood out for me real quick then is Evil Genius 2 looked pretty good, which was like Dungeon Keeper kind of Despicable Me thing, where it was a bit like Prison Architect or that sort of thing, where you're managing a like evil layer and you have to stop things. There was Dwarfheim, which again, it's filling a lot of it fits the quota for us at the moment. We like playing RTS games from the days of old with dwarfs in, and we've also been playing Deep Rock Galactic. This is a dwarven themed RTS game that's co-op 3v3, and it's class based. So like one of you picks like warrior, builder, or miner, which is kind of interesting for an RTS. So like, of course, the warrior is going to make more sense for them. For like Liam plays warrior, Liam would be controlling the army. I think it looks good, and there's a beta of it next week, so we'll play it and see, I guess. Torchlight 3, that interested me. I've bought it, I've downloaded it. It was 6 gig, and then the only other one was Morbid the Seven Acolytes, which is like a top-down RPG that looks moody, Children of Mortar style, but a bit more like blasphemous, like a miserable retro-looking top-down thing. But other than that, like there was a lot there that was interesting, like Ooblets and Vampire the Masquerades 2, but a lot of it was kind of just expanding on stuff I already knew, or games that look good, but on the flip side, there wasn't enough there for me to say, I'll take a plunge. Everything else everything I've just mentioned, there was a lot of meat to those games. Evil Genius is out in a month. Torchlight is out right now, and Dwarfheim, you can play the demo for free next weekend. So maybe that's why I was interested,
Mm-hmm.
So, is there anything else, or should we do some emails before we wrap up the new games?
I mean, it's probably pretty obvious to say this, but this is the call to arms for the comment section or the email, isn't it? I am interested to see, because every time I look at a game trailer, I think not for me, but it's going to be for somebody. let us know what like. Give us a list. Put your list in the comments or something. Let me see if I miss. Because the thing is, even just looking at all these games at a glance, there's over 130 between Thursday and now. Mm-hmm. So I'm giving these games like 3 seconds of my time, and then I'm like. So if there's anything that you think that we've looked, because come on, we got Deep Rock Galactic from you last week, guys. Get me. I want to see. Please let us know. That'd be sick.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a couple more emails to do before we do the new games for this week. We'll just do a couple of nice ones that we got. This one is from George in Southampton, who says he wants to say Dear Special Moves to contribute some structure and integrity during these uncertain times by adhering to the requirements highlighted by Mike last week, as opposed to using Hey Gamers. So here he is, Dear Special Moves.
Hey Gamers is the rebellion and Dear Special Moves is the Empire.
Yeah. Well, every single one this week has been fucking loyal to the Empire, my friend. It's
gamers need to fucking rise up. We'll work on that.
So George says, I've taken the plunge on No Man's Sky, and while overall I don't really think it's my jam, I cannot deny the initial thrill of my first planetary takeoff through the clouds, along with the first time I engaged the warp drive and zoomed into the unknown universe. As I revelled in lazily watching distant stars pass me by, an obscure and, yes, maybe tedious question occurred to me. What is the best speed mode engaged or sprint animation you've seen in a game? Is it the goofy crouch run from Gears of War, riding the slipstream in Mario Kart, kicking in the nitros in Burnout? On a side note, oh no, sorry, I've already said that bit. All the best, George, Southampton. So what's the best... speed mode engaged animation in a game? He was thinking about that as he was blasting through the stars in No Man's Sky, which is
I wonder what the guys think of Marcus Phoenix's crouch run.
Yeah.
Thanks for spending your time and space with us.
Yeah, that's a good email. Cheers, George. Thanks.
I am quite fond of the speed mode in the original Crysis. You know, on PC one, where like you bring.
What is that?
You have like the 5 different powers of your nano suit.
Yeah.
And you use. I think it's like you click in on the mouse wheel to select between them, like a little radial menu, and you choose maximum speed. You get a nice little robot voice going maximum speed, and then you fucking take off like it's no one's business. Like you just cross the entire level. It's amazing.
I don't think I used that much. You get like armor, shell type things. You can go invisible. You can I don't think I used sprint too much.
Sprint was good for when you played it on harder difficulties and got yourself into a fight that was a bit too much to handle. So you can just run away like a coward, but at like 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's a good one. Have you got any, Jake? I've got a couple.
I don't really know, to be honest. I call this like a flame on moment, innit? It's like when you're about to say, let's go.
Yeah,
do you know what? Yeah, it's not car related or vehicle related, but the feel of zoom and being dead satisfying for me is like on Apex Legends when you play Pathfinder and you zip wire and then you go, let's fucking go. It's the Hasta la Vista baby moment. Like even in Deep Rock Galactic at the moment, I played the little guy and I'm like getting battered by spiders and I'm like, alley-oop. Do you know what I mean? It's that moment. So I just love zip wiring around.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've got a few that I like, right? I really like the dad run in God of War. So Kratos has got a big, heavy kind of dad run that then becomes an intense dad run, which is quite good. Whereas
fists get close to his ribs and his hands move up and down like you change.
Yeah. So that's a good, just general sprint. But but as far as like a boost, like on a vehicle, that is so satisfying is on Destiny when you get your Sparrow. You jump on a Sparrow, hovering around. And it's you
can almost feel it.
You can. It's almost as good as the shooting.
Good that.
I have to mention, of course, Vanquish, which is an entire game built around rocket sliding on your knees. So
yes,
of course, yeah.
That's the entire game, and you have to mention it. It's like lore.
That's a good one. So thanks for that email, George. And we just got one more here. This is from Lorenzo in Denver. Lorenzo says, "Dear Special News, yesterday it dawned on me. No matter how much free time I'm given, I will never, ever come close to finishing my backlog of video games. Mind you, it's only 30 games or so, but I still find it nigh on impossible to even start a new game nowadays. 30 games is quite a lot, I reckon. And no, I haven't been pursuing my passion for writing or finding new hobbies. I've been playing the same mindless FPS games over and over and over again on a loop. I feel guilty. I feel ashamed. I could be enjoying the gaming equivalent of a delicate creme brulee. That is to say, I could be discovering an unforgettable hidden gem that I've put off for years. Yet instead, I've strayed from the light. I'm reheating last week's Domino's pizza, brackets, cod.
Do you know what?
And stuffing my face, I was almost finished, and stuffing my face with it night after night. Do you guys have any experience with a seemingly inescapable gaming repetition? How do I break the wheel? Thanks and best from Lorenzo, Denver, Colorado. Nice one, Lorenzo. That's a very well put together email, mate. Thank you.
I was going to say, like if gaming is like, complete recreation and enjoyment, it's like being faced with the problem of, you want to order a takeaway. Domino's is going to be good, but you could also try out this brand new Italian place that's not opened, and then you have a Domino's. Yeah. You shouldn't feel ashamed for that. I mean, you are right, though. Like, when you do have that Italian and you go, oh, my God, it's worth it. But there's also times where you're like, the devil, innit? I don't often feel guilty about that, apart from I am, for some unknown reason, playing Dark Souls 1 again. It was Dark Souls 2 a couple of weeks ago. Now it's Dark Souls 1 again. And I know I could be doing Jedi Fallen Order. I bought it. It's there. But I'm not. I'm in Blighttown having the time of my life.
I think yours is just kind of Dark Souls from Software Games collectively in, brackets is your, like, that's crack. Your Domino's. That's what you're, like, always... Yeah. You're just living that, like, as your kind of... and I think everyone's got that. I think everyone's got different versions of that. I think Liam's got, like, God knows how many different versions of that. I've definitely got RTS games that Battle for Middle-earth, I have no business playing that game. I play it all the time. I play it all the time.
You have no business being in Hobbiton.
Yeah, exactly. I've done it to death, right? And I still play it. I still play it all the time.
No business. That's so fucking funny.
I play Destiny 2. I'm back on that. Why?
Because it's fun and that's what games are about, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you shouldn't feel guilty at the end of the day. Yeah, but Lorenzo, listen, stop being so hard on yourself with flagellation and all this. But I'll say something. If you just tell us what games you got to play, we'll pick for you and then just do what we say, innit?
Yeah.
There you go. Put it in the hands of the others. Put your fate in the hands of other people if you can't decide. And we'll decide for you.
And I think if you've got a backlog of 30, my advice would be to just obliterate any thinking of that backlog. Just fucking forget it. Just who cares? I probably have got a backlog of about 200 or 300 if I add up all of the Steam and PlayStation Plus games that I've got that I haven't played. Mm-hmm. I just don't worry about it. Just fucking just play whatever you want to play. And if you find yourself one day fancying playing a single player RPG instead of a COD, cool.
Yeah, and if you start thinking of it as like a backlog, it becomes a chore. Then it's like a task that you've got to do, and it sucks all the enjoyment out of playing games.
Yeah, totally. I think sometimes when you think, shit, I should really play this game. I've had it for ages. It can work, but it can still be miserable if you do that. I think I've probably played and enjoyed a lot of games just because I felt like, fuck, I really should play this. Played it, a few hours in, realised I'm loving it. But, that is massively outweighed by the amount of time I've just played skirmishes on Battle for Middle-earth 2, innit? So just don't do you know what I mean?
Sometimes, I know this is really bad, but I play games because I won't play a game again sometimes because I don't get trophies on PlayStation for it. Not that I'm really a completionist, but like sometimes I'll be like, well, if I play Jedi Fallen Order, at least I get some trophies. It helps me playing the games. It's bad, but it works.
Okay, that's good. That's a good little rule, I suppose, that you could like impose on yourself, isn't it? That's like a
you know what I mean. Like I'm less inclined to play XCOM on the Switch because I'm not getting any achievements. That's bad, but it's true.
That is bad. I'll take what I just said back. That's shy. Thanks for the emails, everyone. Really, really good this week, same as last week. And thank you to Lee and Lucas for triggering a renaissance in emails once again. Send them into DSPecialMoves gmail.com if you want. So new games for this week. There's one very big one.
Yeah.
But first of all, we'll say Desperados 3, which is coming out on June the 16th.
Oh, it's good. I've been playing this for weeks.
PS4 and Xbox.
It's fucking good, and it's like I play a load of old shite with my job. I play so many games that I just can't give a fuck. And then occasionally I download the game, like I'm playing the new SpongeBob. Shouldn't be saying this, but I'm playing the new SpongeBob. Whatever in it. Desperados though, I'm like, this game's fucking good. I really love Shadow Tactics, and I couldn't wait for the reviews to come up for this because I thought, people are gonna like it. If you like this type of game, it's fucking good. It is decent. So yeah. What's weird about it though, right? I don't know why this is the case, but it's been designed, even though Desperados is a PC Master Race thing, it's been designed with controllers in mind first, which actually Shadow Tactics was as well. So I don't know why they've done that or to what end. And I've only played it on Xbox and PC, but apparently it's pretty good on consoles. Apparently.
I played the original Desperados games and I really liked them, but I haven't played Shadow Tactics, so I should do something about that.
It's bloody good, Shadow Tactics. I think actually that was another Deep Rock Galactic situation where back at Pretty Good Gaming, somebody said this game was stupid to release in December because it'll never be counted as Game of the Year. But when you look at Shadow Tactics, the reviews it got, it was great, and this is the same again. So it's like, and it's one of those examples where it's like how Larian are doing Baldur's Gate. It's like the new school have got so much love that the old school contacted them and said, "Do you want to, do some necromancy on it?" Yeah. But if you like this type of game, this is really fucking decent.
Cool, that's ace. And then following that is Burnout Remastered, which is coming on Nintendo Switch on June the 19th. Which
is that the one that was out on consoles?
Yeah, we played this, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
came out a while ago for PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah,
can't remember when it was, but it was okay.
I want to say like 2017, or 2018.
It might have been.
It was a while ago.
2018.
It was. I was playing. I remember playing a bit at yours actually. But
good fun. But
if you've done it, you've done it, haven't you? You know what I mean? If you've done it recently, I don't see why you'd go back. But
and Last of Us Part 2 is the big one on June the 19th on PS4, which we've talked about probably every week for a few weeks.
Well, one thing we haven't talked about is the fucking reviews. Oh my god, 96
on Metacritic.
There's only so many times people can say journalists have got paid before you've got to wake up and smell the coffee. Right?
Who's saying that?
Huh?
Who's saying journalists?
I even tweeted about saying like, good morning to everybody apart from the people that are leaving comments saying shit like that. And then I was getting some shit. Fuck off. But
it's because you got paid, isn't it?
It's because I got paid to say it, yeah. But 89 critics have reviewed it, and it is at 96 on Metacritic. That is fucking God mode, like review-wise.
The first game, isn't it?
Yeah. It's the highest game in a very long time. Persona 5 Royale did very well, but this is... So yeah, I'm really interested to see this, and like even people that didn't like the first game are reviewing it quite well as well, which is quite interesting. So yeah, let's see, and I can't wait to play it, so I don't have to keep reading about it and reading the comment sections. I'm looking forward to it, but listen to me talking. The bar is this high in my head, so if it doesn't come out the bat, like I'm gonna be, playing Torchlight 3, which also came out this week. I have to get that in there, don't I? Come on. Come to your fucking break. I've been looking forward to this for months, haven't I? It's out. Can we not at least say that?
Yeah.
Is it? It's not on Wikipedia, mate, so I don't care.
Because it only came out like yesterday.
Literally yesterday, yeah. It was a shadow drop.
All right.
Out right now.
Drop. Yes.
That's what
that's the new Bungie game, isn't it? That's the Destiny expansion.
Yeah. It's an ability in Command and Conquer 3. So I think that's it. Unless Liam, you want to say something about Last of Us or anything else?
I'm looking forward to it. I really can't wait for it. That's it. That's all I've got to say.
Ask him again next week, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's out Friday. So by Sunday, these guys will have fucking completed it.
I'm
Liam
booking a day off work for it on Friday.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm off as well,
I already have. Yeah. Well, yeah. What's going to happen? Yeah. Do you know what? I'm not going to say it because it won't happen then. Because Mike will be like, "You don't fucking tell me what to do." But I can totally imagine about 1 p.m. I'll get a WhatsApp notification. No words, just a picture of Mike's massive hands with The Last of Us 2 in there, and he's gone Tesco, hasn't he?
I've already planned it, mate. I've already been planning it.
Yeah, I've got the left in one hand and The Last of Us 2 in the other. I don't know how he took the picture.
And the picture will be really like red or blue somehow, but I know that you'll enjoy it, so I'll do that. I'll just make sure I'm behind a car's brake light or something. Yeah, I mean, I want to get it. I want to. What I'm saying is, I want to be where you guys are at with it. Mm-hmm. So
there's hopefully we'll see. One other thing just to mention dead quick, because we're talking about all the new games and stuff at the moment, but we're in a pretty unique occasion at the moment where it might be good to just quickly just say this. Yeah, if you're also looking at the events that are coming on this week, there is IGN Summer of Gaming, Day of the Devs, and EA's thing is this week. Mm-hmm. In terms of events that are coming up.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone's interested. Because I know that, at least I know that EA are doing that.
Star Wars Squadrons.
Yeah, they've at least got Star Wars news and a brand new Star Wars game, so could be worth having a look. But I guess we'll talk to you about it next week if it was any good.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Thanks for watching. We're going to do a bonus podcast for patrons in a minute after I've had a cup of tea. And if you want to send us an email, the address is dearspecialmoves@gmail.com. Thanks again to everyone who sent in some fucking belters this week. That wasn't even a quarter of what we received this week. So that's
big up South Africa and Colorado.
Yeah, coming from all over the world.
And somewhere in England, really cool. I forgot.
Yeah, they're neighbours, aren't they? So, I just assume everyone is from kind of Wales or England listening.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, but thanks, everyone. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you next week. Bye.